on the left side of the screen. Whoops.
You're fine. We got this.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello!
For our third and final segment, guess what we're going to talk about today?
I don't know, Andrew. What?
Oh my god, fantasy football, of course. Obviously.
Shocker.
So the fantasy football playoffs are in full swing. You, Kata, made the playoffs?
In one of my leagues.
I'm sorry, what now?
Okay, so I didn't realize what was happening. I was very, very confused when I saw that this was the case. But apparently, in the Brown Family League, Michael's Family League, there are only 2 divisions. And so, because there are only 8 of us who play, and so the playoffs end up being the top player in each division. It's kind of confusing for me because basically, so it's weird. Everyone does playoffs a little bit differently. But in our case, what ended up happening was for week 12, for week 13 and round 1, for round 1, okay, round 1.
Which is weeks
14 and 15.
Okay.
I play the same person, and it's a cumulative score.
Right. The same with my league. Right.
So it's weird. I played Mike's brother, and I was very, very boastful about winning. Apparently, he didn't set his lineup.
Right, and I noticed this because he did not start. He started one Marvin Jones, who, if you've been following, Marvin Jones has been put on injured reserve and is out for the rest of the season.
Right.
So seeing that, I went, oh, man. But you beat him by
a significant amount.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
Honestly, he played all of the people that he probably should have.
Yeah.
He has Carson Wentz on his bench in favor of Dak Prescott, which is, in theory, a good move, but was not ultimately. The only real loss on his bench was Devontae Parker.
Well, Devontae Parker has, there has been a revelation in Miami these last 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
He's up to, 30-something points, at least.
Right.
Probably more than that over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's been a revelation down there. They just extended him for 4 years.
Right. No, he's been great. And I left Sterling Shepard on my bench, which is a move that I stand by, although the score would tell you otherwise. But anyways, I've ended this round 238.1 points. That's my winning score. And then Kevin ended with 159.24. So I'd still call it a really good win. Had he remembered to set his lineup, I'd feel even a little bit more boastful about it. But alas, here we are. And then, of course, now we're looking ahead, and I'm playing the best team in the league. Well, no, actually,
so
not the best.
You're in that league's championship game.
It would appear to be so.
Yeah.
But you should look at this because I don't know.
I didn't say that. Hold everybody.
All right, so that's if you scroll down, you've got the schedule.
What's your team's name?
I am the Outlaws.
Oh.
I'm the Outlaws.
Oh, no, you didn't make the playoffs.
I didn't?
No, you came in 6th place.
What are you talking about?
6th place out of 8.
What are you talking about?
You finished 6 and 7, the 4th best team.
Then why was I still...
Everybody plays. There are no bye weeks in fantasy football. By the way, I don't agree with the concept of bye weeks. Because I think that if you're going to pick players and they have to perform every week for you, it should count. There should not be bye weeks in fantasy football. What if your team goes off for 200 points in the week that you're not playing anybody? That's not fair.
My entire team for the last 2 weeks is a lie.
You're in 6th place.
This is stupid. I'm so angry. I thought I was in the playoffs.
No. Everybody makes the playoffs. I mean, everybody plays all the way through to the end of the season, but only the top 4 teams make the playoffs.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay. Can we talk about me instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am in my league's championship for the 2nd year in a row. I won last year. Initially, I was slated to play, before Monday night happened, I was slated to play my boss and her girlfriend, Perrin and Sophia. I was initially slated to play them because they were up by 35 points heading into Monday night. And then if I can talk about Monday night for a minute.
Sure.
Also, by the way, congratulations to Drew Brees for breaking Peyton Manning's all-time passing touchdown record.
Yeah, that was awesome. What an
540.
amazing game for the Saints, and what a boring game for the rest of us.
Truly. Not just that, by the way, but Drew Brees broke an NFL record as well. He completed 29 out of 30 passes.
Amazing.
96.7% completion rating.
Amazing.
Crazy pants.
Should I read Mike's email?
Please read a little bit of Mike's email.
Okay.
Because the analogies to this, to completing 29 out of 30 passes, is absurd. The dude completed 22 passes in a row at one point.
So Mike says he does a recap for, we're in a picks pool. It's all of his buddies. I think my dad's in it, a few other people. And he says, last night there was an achievement in the Saints game that must get some attention. Drew Brees went 29 for 30 in an NFL football game. 29 for 30. That's 96.7% and easily set an NFL record. Forget the touchdown record. 29 for 30 is amazing. That means he didn't miss on a pass. The defense failed to make any play. The defense failed to make a play on any of his passes. His receivers caught everything sent their way. Forget the one incompletion. It's ruining my point. If I get food delivered to my apartment, no chance the order shows up correct 29 out of 30. In the NBA, nobody shoots free throws at 96.7%. Baseball, pitchers can't throw strikes on 29 tries out of 30 in warm-ups. My barback can't even clean 29 out of 30 glasses without breaking at least 2.
So basically, it's very impressive what
It
Drew
is
Brees did on Monday night.
extremely impressive.
The problem with that is that the guy who has Drew Brees and Michael Thomas is undefeated guy, whom we talked about earlier.
Many times.
Peter. Brees and Thomas combined for 48 points and got that team to come from behind. So I will be playing Mr. Undefeated Guy Peter in my league's championship game.
Good for you.
Yeah. I just want to thank Lamar Jackson for being Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
The dude had 37 points on Thursday night. Like, thank God. Thank God for people like James White, who actually finally came through when I started him this week.
Finally.
12.2 points.
Where's he been?
Yeah, the Bills' defense. Oh, okay, I need to talk about this. So I was losing. Before Sunday. I had been winning from the beginning of Week 14 up until now. My opponent has 4 San Francisco 49ers players.
Oh, wow.
4.
That's aggressive.
Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, Raheem Mostert, and the 49ers defense.
Wow.
Yeah, a scary group. A really scary group. The 49ers went ahead on a Garoppolo a touchdown pass to someone, I don't remember. But Garoppolo ended up with... It put him at 12.6, but it put them ahead of me by almost, I think, 15 points.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the Falcons went down the field and scored a touchdown with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And that dropped the defense from 8 points to, I think, 6 points.
Uh-huh.
And then came the ensuing kickoff that the 49ers fumbled and the Falcons ran in for a touchdown, dropping the Niners defense to 5 and putting the lead for that team at like 5 points.
What an incredible game, by the way.
Truly.
Like
you texted me about the debacle with Dak Prescott and the fucking coin toss.
Yeah.
That just, it's stupidity. The Cowboys won by a butt ton. It doesn't matter
Right.
if they had to kick both times.
Yeah.
I was watching probably one of the best games I've seen so far this season.
Wow.
Was the 49ers and Falcons.
Yeah.
Like, no joke.
Yeah.
So I'm down by 5 points. The Bills defense on Sunday night, man. 19 points. They picked up Doc Hodges 4 times.
Oh my God. I'm so happy for the Bills.
Me too.
Now officially in the playoffs.
Truly.
So happy.
Yeah.
It's just, what a climb. What a beautiful climb. Good job, New York.
Good job, New York State champions, Buffalo Bills. The Bills have more wins than the Jets and Giants combined. Just let that sink in.
I can live with that.
Okay.
It's true.
Fair enough.
That doesn't shock me in the slightest. I don't feel anything. I feel nothing. I'm broken.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm in the championship game.
What just happened?
I don't know. I was just taking a moment just to wallow in the sadness.
Oh, God.
I feel good. Feel good about that. Yeah, so I'm in the championship. That's fun. Let's look back a little bit on the fantasy football season.
All right.
Yeah, because you wanted to do that.
Yeah. It's ending, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some of us, it's over.
It's. Fuck you.
Okay.
I'm really upset that I discovered that on air.
I can't believe that you thought that you were in the playoffs and you weren't actually in the playoffs.
The entire time I thought I was in the playoffs.
Unbelievable.
I kid you not. I don't know what, because it makes absolutely no sense that I would be, and that's why I was so shocked when I found out that I was, and I wasn't.
Well, you only finished a game out, so like it's conceivable that you could be close, but you didn't make the playoffs. I'm really sorry about that. Is that what? Okay. What's your high point of the season for yourself?
Well, it's hard to say because
okay, but like in a season of futility, there has to be a high point. There has to be a point that keeps you coming back for more.
No.
Oh, come on.
I wish.
I will not accept that answer.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. I feel like maybe I'm trying to think if there was a game where like I played someone that I wasn't sure about and it ended up really paying off. Yeah,
come on.
I can't think of anything. See, this is my problem because the fact that I don't have a high point can easily be defined by the biggest thing that I learned this year from my fantasy football experience.
All right, well, let's go with that. What was the biggest thing you learned from playing fantasy football this year?
I cannot manage 6 teams.
Okay.
I can't do it.
That's a valid thing.
I just cannot do it. First of all, I physically cannot do it. It is too much for my brain. Second, it is so hard when there are a couple of players that I told you I kept consistent on all 6 of my teams. And so I started, originally my plan was to kind of get crafty about like playing some in some teams and then others I would bench for a week just to kind of like experiment and play myself a little bit, play the odds of it. That got really tricky and confusing. Secondly, on any given moment, I don't know what's going on, and watching football on Sundays, I don't have the energy to check and worry about winning when I'm just trying to watch some fucking football.
I think running 6 leagues would make me so stressed out because I'm so competitive.
Not even running 6 leagues. Just having 6 teams.
No, I know that. I think being in 6 leagues would make me so stressed out. Like I would tear my hair out because I'm so hyper competitive that if I didn't win one of the leagues, I would be so disappointed.
And I lost in all of them.
I do not like losing in games that I should win.
Exactly.
Football is a game that I should win.
Exactly.
So should you, and so should you.
Exactly. And it really just I can't do it. I'm saying this now. Please remind me next year that I said this. I am cutting back to 3.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do more than 3.
I'm doing 3, and that is it. 3 max. Maybe I'll even just do 2. Like I don't know. I cannot. I don't have the energy for it. I don't have the time for it, and it is unnecessarily stressful.
Yeah.
And I think that's aside from being overconfident in the draft, which I was in all of my drafts. I think that's really what got me this season, was I just really didn't know how to manage.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can easily do 6 different drafts.
Right.
It's when you get into managing each team.
And trying to be strategic when really there's no point. Like, you just want to play the best players. And again, it was admittedly, you must admit, like, it was a weird year for fantasy this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, every year is a weird year for fantasy this year.
But
this year was kind of like the year of the quarterback.
It was the year of the fallen quarterback. That's the way I see it.
That's real. My biggest mistake, I think, this year was taking Andrew Luck in the 7th round. But it also ended up being my greatest achievement was picking Lamar Jackson as, like a whatever backup in the 13th, 14th round. I think I was the last person to take a quarterback.
Okay.
I was the last person to take their second quarterback.
Okay.
And so I ended up with Lamar Jackson, and look where he is.
Exactly.
My biggest takeaway from this year is that my team is not where I thought it would end up. my top 5 picks were James Conner, who's been hurt 5 out of the last 6 weeks, Odell Beckham Jr., who has shown us that he's not the receiver that he used to be anymore.
Well,
Odell Beckham Jr., who has had a major regression from last season.
thank you.
T.Y. Hilton, who's been hurt forever and is essentially useless.
Yeah.
David Montgomery, who's not on my team anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Devontae Freeman, who's been borderline ineffective.
Yep.
Like, I never expected Austin Eckler to hold up for the entire year as well as he has. I never expected Lamar Jackson to be my quarterback. I never expected to start DJ Moore on a consistent basis. I never anticipated that I'd have both Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry on my team. I never thought the Bills' defense would get me 19 points in a game. I never thought that I'd have a consistent kicker, and I have one this year.
Right.
It's just, I learned that I am a good game manager when it comes to fantasy football. I really manage my games well.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
What was your high point?
My high point was probably picking Lamar Jackson
That was your high point?
In the 13th round. I mean, I can pick another one.
I mean, I was thinking more like from the perspective, like, week to week, something you did that...
Picking up John Brown, probably.
Yeah, that was a good move that I did in a few of my leagues, and that, wow, what a great player they've turned him into. Yeah. I think one of the reasons why this league that I thought I was in the playoffs in but was not, was successful for me, actually, even though apparently I was 6th, but like comparatively with leagues with more players, I ranked much lower. Mm-hmm. And it was the Josh Allen, John Brown, Frank Gore trio.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, like, you think great NFL fantasy trios and you think Breeze, Kamara, Thomas.
Yeah. That's
a big one. I actually had that in one of my leagues last year and did very, very well with that. And I'm sure this year I would have done the same had, Kamara and Thomas not gone at, like, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But that trio was a solid trio. And I think it's something I might try to do more is look into drafting strategically in that way.
Yeah.
Picking a good team and then picking their best of those.
Even the players that I didn't end up using, I still drafted. Like, I drafted Devin Singletary, and he didn't do anything for me for the first 6 weeks, and so I dropped him, and I'm happy that he's on another team doing well right now.
Good.
I'm happy that the players that I scouted as, I thought would... I'm happy that the players that I scouted as being sleepers have come to fruition.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
We're learning a lot about players within this big league that we love. Mm-hmm. And it's fun.
Already started scouting for next year.
Yep. Gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it going in the postseason.
Oh, for sure.
I can't believe we're already almost there.
I know. I'm so excited. I just wanted to ugh.
I know. You guys, yesterday, we had a production meeting yesterday because of reasons, and we were talking
because
about...
I forgot all the equipment.
Right, so we turned it into something useful, basically. But it needed to happen, and it was actually very useful, but we started kind of going through and charting out the next few months of shows, and it's so weird to think we're going to be done in the end of February.
Yeah, really.
I mean...
We've only got 9 weeks. Crazy.
Yeah, it's fast. Mm-hmm. It always goes so fast.
Yeah, I know.
But we're happy to be here now.
That's what we do.
So...
this feels like the end.
This feels like the end.
Yeah.
Let's call it a day, guys.
Okay. Next week's going to be so exciting.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Mike Brown will be joining us.
Our holiday special is going to be the bee's knees.
We're going to be doing a 3-segment trivia show.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fun.
Like, and trivia. Okay, you say trivia. I feel like that sounds boring. It's games.
Oh, no, it's games.
We're playing games.
Yeah, I'm excited to play games.
Football games. Football games based on game show games.
Games. Gamey games. This is Jepper games.
I'm so excited, you guys. And also, by the way, I just want to say, we are bringing Mike Brown back because he asked to come back. He did the holiday show with me last year.
We didn't even have to beg him.
No.
He asked to come back.
He was like, so I'm doing Christmas again this year, right? And we both kind of looked at each other like, sure, if you want to. He's like, great, I'm ready.
Christmas Eve fell on a Monday last year,
right?
So I was not around. But this year, it's the 23rd on a Monday, and I will be here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a chance to get all 3 of us together, and we've been wanting to test my sports knowledge against Mike's, so we'll finally be able to do that. and I am also going to achieve my dream of wanting to run trivia. So I will be hosting a game, one of the games.
Yeah, we'll all get to host one game, and then we've got a little surprise at the end too. So it's going to be a great week. We can't wait to see you all. And for those of you who are listening via podcast and aren't live viewers, this might be one that you want to tune in for.
Yeah, no, seriously, like tell your friends, like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're going to go live at around 2:30 on Monday afternoon. Monday, I don't even know what the date is.
The 23rd.
The 23rd. Yep. But definitely try to tune in. It should be really fun. So with that said, everyone have a great weekend.
If you haven't done it already, go ahead and follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the handle using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the handle @UFR Vodcast. If you have questions or comments or whatever, please send us an email. You can find us at andrewincata@gmail.com. Podcast comes out every single Thursday, wherever you can find the podcast, except for Spotify, because we ain't that cool yet. This has been Under Further Review.
It has.
Yeah.
It has been under further review.
It has. It's been an emotional roller coaster of a show.
And that's Andrew.
And that's Kata.
Yeah.
And we out.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.